Hello, we are back in Snowtopia, guys. I really appreciate, as always, that you just jumped in, put on your skis, and we go for another heavy ride down the hill. Today, there are a few little fixes, as you can see over here. We are not going to go into all of them, but we will do something different today. First of all, we're going to play, obviously, a new level. We've done Mount Alpha and Frozen Peak have been done. The Crater Lake, I think we're going to skip this. I'm going to go to the White Canyon this time. And what we will do today, and what will be the difference, is pretty easily. We will today have a little time lapse. So we're going to start out. I'm just going to quickly go over here what we are doing. And then I will basically do a little time lapse of setting up the resort, because I want to finally get a freaking 4-star, 3-star, 4-star, and over 1,000 skiers in my resort. So this one over here is in particular very interesting because we have another map that is a lot higher than the other ones in terms of the overall terrain. So I really want to make sure that we utilize this mountain over here as best as we can. It's a little bit more of a rough terrain, so what I'm going to try this time is, and you'll be seeing that I will try to stretch out this area as much as I can to this side over here. So we have to make sure that this is all going to be like one area, which will be a little bit of a tricky thing in itself already. And then I will make the connection to this area rather soon, because we do have, I think, a very interesting terrain on this side. I'm not sure if I take this one or the one over here, maybe even this one over here, because they meet very nicely in here. I think this might be my first choice to do. So, the tasks are still very much the same as always, so there's nothing very interesting about it. And I guess this time around I will again go into researching like crazy at the beginning, but all these kind of things you will see in the time-lapse, and I will then talk to you during the time-lapse, and then meet you again obviously after. This is how I want to approach that today. I really hope this suits you well. It's just a little test. If it doesn't work, we are going to do the normal stuff next again, with skipping through some elements. But for now we are just going to test this, and you have to let me know in the comments down below if you like it or not. So I see you in the time lapse. Alright, so here we go into the time lapse, and yeah, as I've already said, we are starting with a whole bunch of research stations at the beginning, because again, I think the most important thing over here in this game is to make sure that you have the walkthrough or the push through of the skiers at the very beginning already settled. So what I did, I basically put a lot of things down at the beginning to make sure that while we are building and planning out the stuff, the first thing that happens is the research is going to be done. And I just built this very tiny slope over here just to have some skiers in at the very beginning, just to have some little traffic and do the challenges that you get to the bottom right at the beginning. But my main focus really, before I do anything else, was really making sure volunteers come in and we have the research stations set up, because that is really the most essential part of this game. You have to have the bigger lifts and stuff in place, because if you don't, you completely build a lot too fragmented. This is what I did at the very beginning. I did it completely wrong. I built so many different slopes and stuff just to get higher and higher, so you had a very fragmented little skiing resort from lift to lift and so on, and so the push through was very weak, because some lifts were actually a freaking bottleneck, and then others were mainly not used because they were only used by these few people that went especially to this one piste over there. So yeah, I decided to change this a little bit by really focusing on research first. You can see I'm really basically ignoring everything that works in the background. At this point, I built 5 research stations, pushing everything through, and yeah, I just made sure that we have something in place. So then you can see I already upgraded to a 4-person lift over here, which still couldn't handle the walkthrough because obviously, or the push through, because obviously that was our only spot to go, and I wanted to turn this really into the kids hill, that this is where, like, speaking realistically, this is where the skiing schools and all these types of persons would be. Nothing really major, nothing really crazy, and later on in the development, so that was my thought at least, we could make sure that this area is going to be a little bit more only for the one type of skier. However, it appears that they don't get less, they stay the same. So I will do some changes of this later on, as you will see, just to make sure that everything is according to the plan. And the plan is to make sure that the traffic is everywhere pretty much balanced. And this is why I also focus on building a hub over here. So you will later on see that we build the same lift to the other side, and everything will be pretty much on one spot over here, so that we don't have too many fragmented areas. And this is how it mostly is in a skiing resort as well. You mostly have like hubs where the lifts come together, where you have the food and where you have all the facilities, and then, you know, the routes bring you to the next hub. And so this is how skiing resorts mostly function. Sometimes you have in between, and this is what I'm going to build later on as well, sometimes in between you have some you know, little huts or so. If it's a very long skiing route from one lift to the other, or from the lift to the valley, then you might have in between some kind of little huts or like little shelters where the people can make a little break in case if it's too long. But if the piste is not too long, you will go from hub to hub. And this is what I wanted to try here as well. Up until the very end of today's episode, which is episode 1 of 2, the other one will be on Sunday or so, there will be basically the same. We will focus on making sure that we only work this out with hubs and see if we can improve this whole area as best as we can with the given opportunities of volunteers. We chose to go for the expanding this time. So last time we succeeded by going to the efficiency, and this time we expanded, like we went for the expanding route, which gives us a bit more access to more steeper gondolas, which I think was very helpful, because then we could access a bit more of a steeper area. And you can see what I meant, by the way. Here we have the two lifts coming together in one area, and just making sure that we have a lot of supporting lifts in between, making sure one after the other filling in the groomers, so we do get rid of most of the problems. And yeah, also in the meantime I just solved some of these quests. But yeah, I think this is just in general a very good idea to talk really briefly about my first thoughts about this game now after playing it for a couple of days and a couple of hours. I think this game has huge potential. There are some major things I think that have to be redone. I think the one first aesthetic thing that has to be changed are the outlines of the routes. I would love to see a way more realistic approach of normal poles. These typical skiing poles you have, they are way more thin. They just indicate which type of route it is, and that basically should be it. Then I think what else is needed is definitely some security nets and stuff, that you really make sure that you have this typical you know, skiing look by having these security nets. And also it might make sense to have a lot of environmental security by having these kind of snow walls and stuff like that. That would be awesome. Of course, aesthetic stuff is very badly needed as well. But in general, I think this game offers a whole bunch of creativity, and I would just love to be able to build a bit more free when it comes to the hubs. But other than that, I'm very happy about it. Like, there's a lot to talk about, which we will do in a dedicated video. But for now, that should be it for the time-lapse part. I think it's well enough, and the skiing resort looks already like something. So yeah, let's jump over into the real-time part again and enjoy the rest of today's video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and yeah, I've done quite a lot of things, but I didn't want to do even more in time-lapse, so I just cut a few things out, and now we are here, and this should actually be enough to now do a very good leap forward. So, you've seen I've done this connection over here with this wonderful hang-in, a wonderful lift that goes over here, which is kind of funny because it first of all goes down before it goes up again. Yeah, that's a very interesting build, I guess, but yeah, so it really all fulfills one target, and I really had a plan in mind this time, and this was really to make sure that we are covering as much as we can over here and always get to the same points down. So I didn't want to create any more hubs than necessary. So we have this hub down here, we have this hub down here, and basically this is one big hub and this is one big hub. Not that many smaller ones as I used to have. I'm not even sure if I somehow would have gotten up here, to be honest. It's still a very nice task to try, but there's not really a slope I could go down anyway, so not really sure if that would have made sense anyhow. I mean, I could have tried to go all that way up here. Potentially that would even work, I don't know. But on this side, maybe I'm just going to try to build like a gondola up there. We can actually, you know, while we're waiting, we can actually do this. I'm just going to speed up a little bit because I'm always waiting for volunteers. That's basically at this point the only thing I'm doing is waiting for volunteers. So what we can try is if there's any possibility to go up here. It doesn't really seem like as if there is, because you can see it's pretty steep up there. So maybe if we would fit that, I don't know if, I mean, this is just like the baby course over here, and I wanted to make sure that the baby course is still remaining a baby course, but there's not that much of a potential anyways. I think this is the only part where we can go, and I still have no clue how I would be able to even get back here. So I've no idea how I would connect this area, to be honest. I think the only chance would be to take that area to this side, and then I could go down, but I'm not sure how I would even be able to bring this down. I mean, it showed that there is some kind of connection possible here. Let me see, there you go. This is where I could plot it down, but then again, I have really no clue where to go, because you can see that this is just all too steep. There's like gradient, steep gradient. This is where the lift is. I think this would have been the best opportunity, would be to go here. And I'm not even sure if that would work. I mean, we can try to delete this at some point, just to bring this all up. I mean, you can see there is the potential as is here. But I kind of like this lift, to be honest. I do like this. So before we go into this, we are just getting all this ready, because that one is still not opened, and I just wanted to wait to have enough volunteers to, you know, fit in all these things, and then we can also make a connection here so that there's even more routes for the people available. You know what we do? We are just going to basically open this here. I'm not sure how many we will need, so I'm just going to start easily, and then we're going to fill in all these dudes, because yeah, people that going to crash on the pist are the worst. So I'm just going to make sure this all works. I have no idea if they will even get there, so we have to monitor if will people go up there. Yes, they will. That's pretty neat. So they will all get up there. That's great. This is how it should be. So yeah, so we were basically, okay, waiting for snow groomer. What is waiting for the snow groomer? So this one, yeah, we do have a little issue with the grooming. I don't know if we can squeeze a groomer hangar up here somewhere. I haven't tried it though, but I am not really sure if there's any way to fit one up here. Maybe on this side? Not really. Area is all too steep over here, right? I mean, because if we put them down, well, I think this is the closest we can get it. So I'm just going to put it down here, simply because of the distance. That's the big issue. We still have a lot of slots free for snow groomers we can fill in. So as I said, at this point, it is really only waiting for these people to come. I can basically also delete these buildings. They are not needed anymore for the building. You know, I have no problem with building. That's working anyhow. But I've got problems with skiers waiting for assistance. This is still a big deal, because that's only... I have so many of these ski patrol lodges everywhere, but... the reason is I just have too less volunteers. That's really the biggest issue. So this is why I always keep it all speeded up. I wish that they changed something about this. That is something for me personally, that's the biggest issue I have right now. There are so many cool things you can do with the game, but it really stops you from being quicker. And I would actually really rather sacrifice something else, other than... Oh, that's going uphill. Well, then let me just squeeze back here a little, because I want to... still uphill, okay. Still uphill? What? But I can actually connect this to here. Well, then I'm doing that, okay. But yeah, so what I'm just saying is that I want to make sure that... I want to make sure we can't... nah. Also, maybe from here? It's uphill. What a pity. Okay, well, anyways, we can still bring that around here, and then bring this back to a connection there. I love some of these skiing routes. I think that's kind of neat to bring them all down there and just make the overall skiing area better for the people. So let's see, how many people do get out of here? Not too many though. So this one seems to be not as much used. No, it's not. So we can keep it running as it is. There's no ski... Okay, well, there's no ski groomer or grooming needed at this point, which is great. So, yeah, at this point, I'm again waiting for volunteers only. And again, I tried to make sure that we have some foodie services over here. This is what we have next. And I'm going to put like a lot of foodie services down here now, just to make sure that this is also good. So we're going to have like a fast food restaurant. And we are going to have the large shelter down here as well. And you know what, I'm just going to put this to this side, making that bigger. Got parking lots and stuff like that. All this stuff would be so freaking cool. But yeah, so let me just put the raclette stand here. Oh, so God, I want to have it. I just want to have it. And what else do we need? We had that, we had that, we had that. Maybe, I think that's fine. We're just going to put like a, oh, I don't even know where to put the shelter. Like there's so many, they can all go and enjoy their time here. And then they go all the way down and have the shelter down there. Yeah, that shouldn't be too big of an issue. So at this point, again, there's also like a little shelter. So I can put one in, but the attendance mostly is very, very, very low. So that's not really a big deal. What about this restaurant though? Yeah, also not too high. You know, there is kind of potential to go higher, but at this point where we don't have enough skiers going there, we don't even need to spend too much time. Good, but we can also put all of these buildings down here. I'm still wondering if we should go into the challenge of bringing this up here. Because I guess that might be the best idea to bring skiers up into our area, right? I just want to make sure that we... The problem is, I still want to bring the people back down, because this thing over here is still annoying me a lot, because... I wonder, I don't want to get rid of this, because that's bringing the people to the medium spot, and they seem to enjoy that a lot. I wonder if I can squeeze that one a little bit different in, so just on this angle. Okay, alright, let's quickly ski lift, waiting for mechanic. Okay, well, do we have... What is going on with mechanics though? Okay, well, shall we have like another mechanic workshop then? Because we have the space to do so. Come on, build that one, and we bring those two in. So more mechanics are here. Alright, so at this point, I'm just going to delete this first. I'm going to destroy this. I'm sorry, guys, but you gotta have to go to another lift. I know this is a little bit of a pity. You know what we do? We stop the game real quick, because I don't want to take all these issues that definitely will be occurring. So I'm just wondering if I put this all the way to this side, because I have to connect this down here. So let me see if we can still... There we go. It was yellow. Perfection. Perfection. So we might be able to just bring that 4-person detachable thingy back in. That seems nice. I don't know exactly where it was. I think it was here. Ski patrol build. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We can just easily build that again. I think I should not have even deleted that. I didn't need to. Oh my god. The other lodge as well. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I gotta have to build them too again. But that's fine. Okay, let's have a look. I'm gonna squeeze that in the middle. No, I wanna connect both of you. You're kidding me, right? So putting that over here. No, Oh, this is this lodge over there. So where does it... Is it detached there or there? Let me see. Can I... Okay, well, I'm gonna delete this as well. If that's the thing, if that's the key, we will do this. We will do this. And now let me see if I can... Too steep. Are you kidding me? Like, for real? It must work. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I need to delete... As sorry as I am, but I gotta delete these routes. Oh, they were so nice. Okay, well, never mind. We have to put in the thing again. I'm just gonna bring it all the way down. How on earth can this be... Ah, there you go. Let's go drag this all the way here. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the reason why I'm still doing this is because we will need this area anyways. We will need to have... I don't want to go uphill. Stop saying that. So I'm just going to make sure that this is all... What? Slope is blocked? Well, then I'm gonna bring this down here. I don't mind, you know? Okay. Just making sure that we have a little bit of a better connection to all of this here is very important, because this is to bring the people to like the let's say, school hill. This is basically for the schools, skiing schools. They need this, and yeah, I really hope that this does the job, but I'm quite confident it does. So I'm gonna connect all of this, and then we do also need this two. I'm gonna put them behind in order, if we have to change anything again. We're just going to do this really quick. Boom, and continue. So this can be built rather quickly. Just all the slopes need to be built, and then this one won't be a problem anymore. This one is built, beautiful. Before we open that one though, I can assign all of them because they will be pretty nuts in a few seconds. Okay, so then we bring in the volunteers again here. Very nice, very nice. We are very happy about this. Great stuff. Okay, so everyone is going back. I think the traffic is realigned. That is beautiful. Okay, now as we have built this, we do have to connect this area, and I'm not sure if that one. Okay, so max length is 800 meters. What about that? Okay, so this is the big boy we can put down anyways. Okay, so area too steep. That's not too steep, is it? You're not telling me. This is the way to go, right? Oh, look at that. We can even go this high. Yeah, well, then I'm going to build this. I think could I have managed to go there? I mean, this is even better, but could I have managed? I'm not sure if I could have managed that. But anyways, okay, so we went all the way up here. Now the question is, can we even connect? Okay, maybe we have to delete this again. Because I don't see them. Can we somehow bring this? No, it's too much of an uphill slope here. There's not really a chance to connect those two, right? Nope. No. Okay, so this is not even... No. Then we have to basically destroy this one. I'm sorry. But otherwise this won't work as I want it to work. So this is all too steep to building. There's not really a chance. Okay, so this is the issue basically. So I need to get this somehow over here. Oh my god, I don't think this is possible. Yeah, no, that's too steep, I was figuring. Huh. Alright, so how do I get this done? Because we need to have the connection done over here. And I mean, as much as I love the fact that you could put that here, maybe this works if I go all the way to the back. Maybe I can squeeze the connection in, who knows, but first of all this has to work. Yeah, well it doesn't. Okay, well then again, we just put that down, bring it all the way up as much as we can. See, this might be... We need to bring it up as much as we can just to... Oh my god, is this the same location? Ah no, that should work. Actually, this should work. Wait a second. This should now work. I think it's slightly different. And we should be able to maybe maneuver like a normal. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We managed it. We managed it. So that's pretty brilliant. I'm also not sure if we can maybe get the large one over there. Let me just see if I can. Just very carefully. I think. Ha! Brilliant, guys. Look at that. This is how we carved out this little mountain. This is almost art. This is how it should look like. I mean, that forget about this one, okay? Just forget about this one. Great stuff. Okay, now also also these ones are crashing in a little bit. Okay, whatever. We don't mind too much. But anyways, we are doing good. We are going on to, oh god, not that many though, but this will be I think this will be a two-part video, because this will be something we have to go on with. I want to finish this in style this time, so I'm not going to make this any longer. I think we're calling it a day here, and I will go on and build the whole ski resort out so that we max it out this time to, I don't know how many skiers we will get in, but I mean, I really want to see how this whole works out at the very end. Performance-wise, it still looks pretty much fine. There's not that big of a deal. We can quickly check if we would have... yeah, let's quickly do it if we would have won anyways on this one, if we have the 3 stars. Sometimes this is just kind of still working. So we look at the history and aim the camera. There you go. Let's have a look if we would have done everything. Yep, this is done anyways. Come on, tell me what else. That's done anyways, yes. We should have... Did we pass everything? There you go. Open the skiers. There you go. Select the profile. There you go. Look at how bad those are all rated. Oh my god. Yeah, no, we didn't make it with the 3 stars, which is obvious. We can open this, but we have to do it next time again anyway. So, welcome 500 skiers is also not done. Okay, so this is something for the next video. It would, take way too long for one video, so I'm calling it a day. And I hope you guys enjoyed it so far. I certainly still enjoy this video a lot. If you have any tips how to improve this overall area, let me know. But I think it's mostly about spending time into getting more volunteers and then making sure that we do everything. So what I will do, I will keep this running to get a whole bunch more volunteers in the meantime. And then I will start the next recording while having like a whole bunch of new volunteers, and that should do the trick. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I talk to you in the next one. Oh, and have a great weekend, of course, and stay safe. Goodbye!